Here are 5 reasons why you'd want a Golf GTI Mark 8.5. Number 1, you won't hear that as of 2028. VW have come out and said that the Volkswagen GTI will no longer be made. But wait, don't go, don't leave. There is going to be an electric version of the GTI. So it's not going to be called the ID GTI. They're going to still manage to call it GTI, EV, GTAV, I don't know what they're going to do, but they will make an electric version of the GTI. So stay tuned for that. Now, in terms of looks, this thing has aged very, very well. And I know what you're thinking, Tim, it's a 24 plate, it's the 8.5, but by that, I like how the Golf has not changed over the years. Sure, it's got better lights, it's got new features, like I said, the wheels, but if you spotted this thing on the road from a mile away, you'd know it's a Golf. Another reason would be its speed. At 265 horsepower, up from 245 horsepower on the Mark 8, the Mark 8.5 GTI has more than enough shove to get you overtaken on your dual carriageway, and also 265 horsepower, in my opinion, is more than enough grunt for a front wheel drive hot hatch. Bearing in mind it also has a diff, so when it comes to putting down the power in these sort of lovely conditions, it does it very, very well. Again, we're at around about first gear, no traction light, controlling the throttle, ramming the throttle, and not a single traction light had arrived. The engine inside here is very reliable, and at 2 litres it has more than enough punch, and it doesn't have a silly amount of horsepower, meaning insurance shouldn't be too bad, and it's front wheel drive, meaning you're less likely to crash. He says. Now this part is a tad bit controversial, and the reason why, I'm going to whisper it just in case Grant is listening. I'd rather have this than a Golf R. The Golf R is great, but how they now have made the GTI with the front slippy diff doing all that it needs to do, at certain points you can kind of drive this thing like it's 4-wheel drive. Now be very careful if you go out there and do that, and if you end up in the bush, do not call me. But what I can say is it works very, very well. Like I said, grip for days due to that front new diff. Power is bang on. And if you know how to drive, there's tons more fun to be had in this, I'd say from experience, than the Golf R. The Golf R, point and shoot. Sure, it has trick differentials to make the car rotate and a drift mode, but out of the box, on a nice little daily drive like this, plenty of fun. I'd have this over the Golf R any day of the week.